banned.
Yeah, they claim it's very rare.
His country's got a lot of it.
It's very rare in the United States, they claim, because most dogs get the rabies vaccine. And that is like mostly how rabies is spread is through dog bites. Like things like bats are actually like very small percentage. It's like mostly like rabid dogs, like in
Raccoons.
like India and other countries.
Yeah, it's mostly like possums. The wild animals have also got it in it, but that's what they reckon. But they still reckon it's so rare that you will not see it.
In
a
India,
doctor can go his whole life and never see a case of rabies.
What's your point?
That's odds, but he does. They do. It is seen, though, right?
But what's the
I
point? Sure, it's rare when they're vaccinating.
Who knows if these numbers are right, but from the World Health Organization, they claim up to 99% of all human rabies are from dogs. So it seems like there's just like rabid dogs like in other countries that are just biting a lot of people, if that's the case, to where like wild animals or bats and stuff is like less than 1%.
Well, that would be probable because dogs hang around people.
And in America, virtually every dog gets the rabies vaccine, you know? So that's what they claim. I mean, I'm just saying what they're saying.
That's the numbers, right? Numbers cannot be trusted. It's just statistics, just like C19 period, like we saw.
Yeah, we can't trust the numbers. That's amazing.
You cannot. No, I've been saying it from the beginning. What are you talking about? I just said that the numbers cannot be trusted. From the beginning, like you cannot trust the numbers.
What do you trust? What do you use to trust? If you don't trust research with the numbers, what do you use to make your decisions in medicine?
Common sense, critical thinking, and observation. Well, that's the first thing, and then there are other things.
YouTube videos.
No, not YouTube videos. YouTube doesn't tell me that viruses don't exist. What are you talking about? Are you stupid?
Have you ever worked in a lab? Have you ever done any hands-on work with any of this?
I know people who worked there, and I spoke to them. I haven't worked in a lab. I'm not a doctor, thankfully. By the way, left lane, you believe that the Earth is a globe, right?
No, it's a knowledge that I have, yes.
Thank you. That's all I wanted to do.
Doesn't have first-hand knowledge, dude. He's somebody.
Oh yeah, I do. No, I do have first-hand knowledge. All of my evidence I'll describe to you is from my direct observation. No science, no NASA involved in it.
Thank you. You can believe whatever you want, right? You're spinning 1,000 miles.
How did you see the whole globe, left lane, to know what it is?
I've got enough sense to understand what I'm observing.
Yeah, but your eyes can play tricks on you, like optical illusions and refraction.
They ain't getting flat Earth over on left lane. Not today, you stupid flat earthers. You're getting me today with your stupid flat Earth. I see the sun rising like I seen it.
I would say
another commie trick.
But I'll be here every day to tell you you're wrong.
I'll remind you, Satan, not today, Satan, with your.
I don't kick back as much as I used to.
Right on.
You've just been telling someone they're wrong on the internet for like 8 years.
And I hope you never stop, left lane. Fucking right.
I mean, we're all doing it though. We're all telling each other we're wrong, right?
Right, we're all like, you're a retard, you're a fucking idiot. We're like, no, you are. You're too stupid to understand what I'm saying. It's like, it's awesome. What are you talking about? This is great.
The problem with all of this, guys, like we have no.
Yo, these are nerd battles.
True.
Dude, you should just change the name of the channel to Nerd Battles. Nerd Battles.
Yeah, that's a good one. Well, right, Gio? I mean, there's not 100% proof. And whether ancient fucking people think it is, everybody's always had their thoughts. But the truth is, nobody knows if it's a globe or if viruses exist. They're just out of touch for a human to be able to interact with it like an apple or an orange and feel it, touch it, look at all its sides, manipulate it, pick it up, throw it at the wall. You can't do that with the virus or the globe. They're either too micro or too macro. So that's why we have these arguments, because it's undecided. It's undetermined. A smart scientist from NASA like Michelle Fowler, she's not going to convince me. A fast talker like Witsit, that can bring up ether and great ideas, he's not going to convince me. The only thing that's going to do it is if I go far enough away to see all of the Earth myself, or if I can, like that 1980s movie, it's called Dreamscape, where they can, or like even Ant-Man, you can miniaturize yourself, go into the human body.
Yeah.
That's a good reference, right?
Can I challenge your first one? You said you can get far enough away and then you can know the shape.
I was going to say that, or unless I miniaturize myself, go into the human body and watch a virus do its, funky shit.
But here's the thing. The problem is that's not achievable, right? You know that. So you have to use common sense and inference to find out. Like, how do you make decisions then?
No, I'm not.
How do you know from yesterday that you're going to make a Tuck Pendleton reference today? How do you know that? How does one know such a fucking thing? I don't know.
Tuck Pendleton is extremely referenceable, so I can predict
the point is, like, you cannot become.
But I knew yesterday I'd be making the reference. What the fuck is that?
What? I didn't hear you. What? No, I'm saying, like, you cannot turn into Ant-Man and just go out and check out a virus inside a human body. You cannot become too big to find out how the Earth is. Like, that's not achievable, right? So you need to use critical thinking and common sense. That's the only way you can actually infer something. Like, there are a lot of things you don't see.
You can involve smart people, persuasion, charismatic people, and before you know it, you have people justifying that they have 900 fucking Rolls Royces, like that dude Osho from Big Country on Netflix about that, that Hindu cult. I mean, he thinks he's doing the right thing by having all them Rolls Royces. He believes God is real. You ain't gonna convince him of the contrary.
Do you know how he got it? You know how he got all those Rolls Royces?
But the problem with that example is that that's a different conversation, right? Because that's like, that's him believing in something that he cannot, use common sense and explain, right? Like, there's no way to, it's a belief system, not another belief system.
Sorry, we all can't verify God, dude. That's another one.
Yeah.
That's another one to put on the checklist that not all of us are sure about. Because if we were, there wouldn't be an argument. We wouldn't be here arguing right now. We only argue about the things we don't know about. 100%.
Listen, when you talk about the shape of the Earth and the existence of viruses, that's different from the conversation of talking about the existence of God, right? God is like, you need to define what God really is. In this case, the shape of the Earth, what we're trying to find out, we know what we're trying to find out. When it comes to God, we don't know what it actually means, right? It means different things in different religions. So that's a gone case anyway. Like, you'll never be able to find out because you cannot even define it.
You're not listening. I said these are all in the same category of the arguments we're having because none of us are 100% true on the same page of what God is, what the globe is, and what viruses are. Those three things are still, again, out of touch. We can't be close to them to know exactly what they are.
Right, but what we're arguing for, like what any of us would be arguing for, is just to be understood in our own, let's say, understanding of these events or of what like life has led us to think and we think might benefit others, let's say. So like we're arguing for the clarification of your idea. You know what I mean? So as to like, kind of like either find relatability, you know what I mean? Or have like, some kind of like general fucking new understanding about things. Just because if you talk about shit, it helps you think about shit. You know what I mean? It's like if you learn something, you learn it better if you teach it. So it's good to discuss ideas. That's what we're here doing, right? That's
I know,
really
but right here, what you're doing about somebody's idea, they could be wrong, dude. Like, how do you know they were vetted? Like, nobody knows if their new idea is the truth or not. I'll grant you that. But 99% of the time, it's going to be some horseshit theory like Lion was trying to pitch to us about God actually putting viruses in us for good.
Wait. There's a problem there. Let me interject. Lion wasn't saying that. He actually made a point that viruses are good and God just gave it to us and these people are making artificial ones that are dangerous. So he wasn't saying what you think he was saying, actually. But anyway, the point is, back to the main point. You said the nature of God is and all that.
Why are you telling me that he? Why are you telling me that I don't understand what he told me? We both heard the same thing. Here's another problem of these arguments we're having. You're trying to tell me that I don't know what I just heard from Lion, bro, and I got it wrong somehow. What the fuck? What's your problem?
No, wait. I'm just saying that you said God did this, that he actually poisoned us. That's what you said, right? What did you say? Can you actually repeat? That's what I heard. The Lion saying that.
I said what Lion had said earlier, that God put viruses in humans, but they're actually for good. And I was being sarcastic or cynical about the fact that, well, funny enough, that we, it's poison inside of us, and God's killing us with this. So how is he a loving God? I didn't get to go on to that, but think about look how much viruses have killed. I mean, come on.
Your mistake in line did not mean that he was talking to me. Actually, he said that the viruses are not poisonous in the first place. That's what he said. They were basically good. The one that God created, but these people, that they are bioengineering viruses that are dangerous. That's what he said. That's what he was actually saying. He was saying that
it's still a theory, bro. At the end of the day, it's still a theory.
I don't agree with him. My point is, that's what he said. That you said, right? That's all I did. I was just correcting. You mistook it. That's what I'm trying to say. I was arguing
earlier, so I didn't get anything wrong. I heard him, but I put in my 2 cents of what I think. Well, I was just being cynical, so I didn't get anything wrong. Okay, so and even if you think I got it wrong, there's no right or wrong, because at that point we're arguing about Lyon's theory anyway, and it's never been substantiated.
It's not.
Me up, dude.
That's another thing we do. We can argue about the legitimacy of the Bible, and we all know that that's a theory. Even the theory of gravity, we argue about the legitimacy of gravity and the facts, and the cliff notes. And who gets the formula correct. But at the end of the day, they're still just theories.
The only reason I brought up intelligent design is to basically propose that viruses were deliberately put in the body. Like, they're not invaders that invade the host. They're present when you're born, dude.
So, do you have any Bible verses to back up? I mean, I'm just gonna grant
I don't need the Bible for this. It's just relax with the Bible. I know you hate the Bible, dude. I don't want to talk about the Bible right now.
I'm just asking. Is there any Bible verse
showing that just like E. coli?
Let's do normie news for a minute. I was thinking, like, on the hour, you should do like normie news, and just do a couple headlines to throw it in the mix so we could all fight about it. But like, did you guys see like Spirit Airlines closed or some shit?
Yeah,
like,
I heard that.
Fucked up everybody's plans.
What?
Airlines go bust all the time. They must be so hard to run well.
Who's Spirit Airlines? Who flies with them fucks?
One of the worst airlines, dude. You don't want to fly with them.
They say that airline companies never make a profit, no matter which one it is.
Don't they say that about pineapple companies too? That they don't profit either? Pineapple producing companies?
I don't know about that, but that's possibly true.
Flat Earth Dave has talked about that one.
I really don't know how they make money, dude. It takes how long to grow a pineapple? Just one pineapple?
Yeah, exactly. That's the whole point, bro. So it's like, okay, also to get it to market. So Flat Earth Dave's theory was the reason why they do it is, it's like, what's that little colloquial term people use, or it's like a figure of speech. They do it not for profit, but to keep the natives from getting restless. Sorry, they do it to appease us, basically. And also, one thing I didn't think of, maybe they like pineapple too, and they want it.
So it's got something to do with the Dole people, right? So it's got something to do with the Dole people, right?
Dole.
And the government Dole.
I mean, does anybody else not see that at all? I mean, whether you think Trump is helping or not, there's even his own wife is going against.
Well, they used to talk about dog whistle politics, and this is like a Pan's pipe of dog whistles, all in little harmonizing ways.
They're going bankrupt, dude. They don't stand a chance.
It's hard not to believe that every type of media you're getting, no matter what you're looking at, alternative media, anything on YouTube, anything on Twitter, anything on the mainstream, it's all got a narrative behind it. The only reason you're seeing it is because somebody paid a lot of fucking money to make that viewpoint available for you.
I mean, that was pretty obvious, right? He was dancing around. So
if they don't match up exactly what you believe, then they're automatically a controlled op.
No, that's not
auto hoax.
No, Zion, I didn't say that exactly. Some basic things should match up, right? Like the moon landing, like the stage shooting. That's obvious. You can see it. If she cannot see that, either she's pretending or she's just completely unreliable.
You start with
that's the point.
You're right is your problem.
Your
way to question whether you're right is by already asserting you are.
Writing, listen, I'm not talking to you, okay? There's no point talking to someone like you. You don't understand.
I'm not the biggest fan of Candace Owens. Yo, Candace Owens has been pushing against some big powers, bro. And she's also questioning the moon landings, questioning the globe.
Yeah, but she still believes that the shootings were real, like the Trump
Charlie
shooting
Kirk
and
was killed by the Jews. Dude, she's onto some shit.
Charlie, wait. Charlie is not dead. Don't you know that? That was staged. So you didn't know this.
Dude.
Are you telling me you didn't know this? That was staged. No, it was fake. Didn't you see the
Have
whole
you got
thing? The
evidence
video.
of that?
Oh,
Well,
it would be a lot easier fixed if it was
dude.
just said differently. If it would just said like what I think he means more of, if you aren't watching this information, whether it be YouTube, the mainstream, anybody you think you're getting any media from, you're uninformed if you're not watching any of it. But if you watch any of it, you're misinformed, and you have to sift out. You have to sift out what the truth is for yourself. You aren't just going to know truth. You can't know.
So in order to sift out, you need to know the basics. In order to sift out that the Earth is flat, that the viruses and everything if you know that, you'll know who's lying and cheating.
That's exactly what everybody else is saying, or who was talking to you was trying to say. You can't start with I know what the truth is, and then figure out how you got there. You have to come up with the evidence first, or you have to be convinced through evidence, not convinced first and then find the evidence. It can't. It doesn't work that way.
Yeah.
That's
So real quick, so you know how you brought up, you know how you brought up Dr. Cohen. You know how you brought up Dr. Cohen, or some of these other doctors that don't believe in germ theory. I bet they believe in the moon landings. And you still take them, use them as a reference.
No, they don't.
No,
They don't.
They
don't believe in the moon landings. They don't. Actually, they believe that the Earth is flat. I watched their videos. Not each and everything, but yeah, they do believe in that. They have the basics right. They don't believe in the moon landings. You're wrong. That's not true.
All right. Fair enough.
Yeah, they don't. Yeah, they don't. They don't actually. I don't think you're watching him enough. You just said that you are. I watched him enough. I read his works.
I'm not fanatic about the guy. I know about him. I'm subscribed to him. Like his shit pops up on my feed consistently, and I have his book on PDF. But other than that, yeah, I'm not like a big.
So you need to read that. You need to read that, I guess. And listen, the point is this: it's all right if you don't agree. Moon landing, it must be the benchmark. If you believe that the moon landing was real, then I know it's a mixed bag, but still, moon landing should be obvious, right?
The heart is not a pump.
Yeah, it's not. We know that it's electromagnetic. But I read his book years ago. My point is like moon landing should be the benchmark, right? If someone believes that the moon landing was real, no point talking to that person. Like we know where this is going to go. I've been saying this for the last 2 years. I've been here. Or else we are just arguing in circles like Witsit does, right? I told the same thing to Witsit, that we are wasting time with people who don't even understand that the moon landing was staged.
Well, did you hear that we flew by the moon here really not too long ago?
What?
At least that's what they say.
You cannot fly. What?
Yeah, they flew some guys in a rocket that went to the moon, took them a couple days, and they came back at 29,000 miles an hour and fucking used the air brake.
Okay, Eon 2717. What's the shape of the Earth? Can you just tell me? I just want to know. I'm not sure.
I'm saying that's what they said. Well, I don't subscribe to flat Earth or the ball Earth. I say I'm an anti-baller.
There must be something. There must be something that you subscribe to, right? Is it a cloud?
No, it's a dual pole flat Earth. That's the model I use.
Thank you. So if you know it's flat, you won't ask me this question, right? Because you cannot go to the moon. You know that.
Did you not hear the sarcasm in my voice or what I was talking about? That I said they say we just flew by the moon and that we went up 20.
My bad. I didn't catch.
I don't believe that we went to the moon. I'm saying they just put on a huge production right now while we're in the middle of war and our system is showing catastrophic demise of inflation and all kinds of stuff, they come out with the big thing that, oh, we just flew by the moon. Just, we can do it. It's kind of crazy.
I thought you believe that the Earth is a globe and all that, so that's why I asked.
No, but that's almost a point that you should have grabbed onto. Not everybody that believes something or not believes something, that is talking about something and has a certain position or opinion on a subject matter, all have to have the same one because they believe that the Earth is a ball or isn't a ball or isn't even a flat Earth. It's not an AE map. Everybody has.
That.
Yeah, but you need to understand. You kind of inferred
you
it
need
with
to understand. You're misunderstanding my position. That's the problem with me. My point is, listen, Eon, wait a minute. Let me just finish. I never said that they have to. I never said that. My point is, the moon landing must be a benchmark to guess, like, okay, like if this guy is searching for truth, like, let's say Alex Jones or something, he's researching everything. The moon landing must be the most basic thing that he should understand. If he doesn't, 99% chance that this guy won't understand the other things, because you cannot convince this guy of the shape of the Earth. You cannot convince about viruses and all the other things. That's the problem. Everybody that I met, it's my experience, okay? You don't have to agree with it. My experience goes like this. Anybody who doesn't agree with me on the moon landing, he tends to not agree with me on anything. That's why I'm like,
I don't have that experience. Okay. I understand what you're saying about conspiracies, that somebody that doesn't believe in the moon landing most likely isn't going to believe that the Earth is flat. Most likely, or if they believe the Earth landing or the moon landing happened, they aren't going to believe that the Earth is flat. They're not going to believe in a lot of conspiracies with the government. But that doesn't mean that they're wrong about the other opinions of subject matters that isn't that.
Of course not. Of course not. But when a pandemic, but Eon, what happens? But what I've experienced is in a pandemic or in a tight situation like that, it's pretty obvious that those people side with the government, and most likely, most of them, if not all of them, obviously some of them don't, but most of them just side with the government and authority and do what they are being told because they believe in the mainstream and they're brainwashed enough to, believe that the vaccines are safe. Not all of them, obviously, there are exceptions, but exceptions do not define the norm. You need to understand. I'm just taking generality.
I don't have that experience. It's not the exception. It's the majority of the people do not have one specific, because they don't believe in the moon landing. It doesn't go along with that. They don't believe in government's conspiracies. They don't believe that other things. They will definitely, not everybody that believes the moon landing was real definitely aren't going to believe the Earth is flat. But that's just one connection. With everything else, it's not the same. I don't see that. But I'm hearing that you do. You have that as a norm, and the exception is what you're talking about. I don't see it that way with the people that I interact with.
It's all right. It's all right. Eon, it's all right. I can respect your opinion. I hope you respect mine. That's it. I'm not going to argue on that.
No, I respect it. I'm just saying I don't have the same experience as far as what you're talking about there.
It's okay. It's okay. Maybe I'm generalizing, but sometimes you have to generalize to survive, right? That's what I believe. If you don't generalize, it's very hard because you won't be able to pinpoint. You won't be able to do anything. I have to make sure that I don't crash my car today the moment I go out to eat something. Like it doesn't happen often, so it's based on my experience. So I have to,
For sure. No, I agree with that. If you have a totally different experience of the outcomes that you are seeing from the same situation or subject matters that we're talking about, then we would have a totally different perspective on it. I understand that.
Does anyone hear about midnight last night? A guy was in there talking about, I think we was with New Perspective, talking about taking angles with a compass or something like that.
I didn't hear it. I wasn't here.
Seemed like it was maybe celestial navigation on a dual pole model, maybe.
Well, I do that, but I don't. I wasn't here last night at midnight. Are you talking 5 hours?
Was it you?
Are you talking 5 hours?
It could. Yeah, it could have been because I was asleep and I woke up and was hearing some of it and went back to sleep. So I wasn't
Oh, that's me.
sure
I'm sorry.
what time it
That's
was.
me. If you're talking 5 hours ago, yeah, that's me. I thought you meant like 24 hours ago at midnight.
No. It could have been just a bit ago. And I'm going into load now, so I can't talk. Hey, I want to hear about it though, but I can't talk about it.
What are you? Oh, you're loading a truck or something, huh? That's what you're saying. Um, I
Yeah,
don't
I'm pulling in the door now.
I don't know what you're wanting me to talk about as far as the whole celestial navigation. All I've done is be able to take um, what I am depicting as the Earth, so the dual pole model with latitude and longitude lines already affixed on it with the dual pole system. So you have the northern and the southern hemispheres split up just like you do for the globe, but it's not a ball; it's a flat plane with two discs that are split up exactly like the latitude and longitude for the um, spherical ball Earth, I guess is what I'm trying to get at. But instead of being a ball, it's just two discs that are split up exactly like that is for latitude and longitude, north and south. And then what I have is an overlay of all the stars. So all the stars that are on the nautical almanac. So between the northern and southern disk, there's 57 stars put on their position with inside of what their local hour angle is from Greenwich or from the prime meridian, whatever you're depicting as being the starting point for your celestial sky. So it's an overlay that has all the stars' names and the positions on the disk. And then I have another overlay that's a translucent one that gives me the magnetic field or the compass bearings for each one of those stars for the observer that is depicting where the person is. And by putting these overlays together with the Earth or the geographic map that I've created for the dual pole, the latitude and longitude lines that give you your grids, latitude and longitude, of course, then the star overlay. With all of this together, I can use the triangulation of those stars, or the stars that I pick, 2 to 3 stars, triangulate it with this tool to give my latitude and longitude. And it works the exact same way that you plot or that you get your position by using a nautical almanac or by using modern navigation with the stars or with a sextant or anything like that, except I've removed the whole procedure of using math. I mean, to a point, you're not using worksheets of trying to figure out what your azimuth is, what each star's declination is for local hour angle, Greenwich hour angle, and then the sidereal hour angle for each star, so you can triangulate that way. I've turned all the information into a geographic tool that you can use to literally show you what the math is instead of you having to do the math. I don't know what else to say until you can get time to ask a question or something, because I don't know what you want to know about it. I will say this about it, I guess, because I do like to talk about this model. I didn't derive it or just come up with the model by wanting to draw shapes or trying to transfer the globe model or anything like that. I started with the information of trying to figure out if I was to do this all by myself, to start to try and make a map of the world that I lived in, what would be the markers that I could use on the face of the plane of existence to start with? And it was megalithic structures. And when I figured where they were, how they were placed, how long it was between the time of each one of these megalithic structures that were all devoted to the sun, it kind of showed that the map that I was starting to get at, the ancients, all of the people that made all these, like I said, the megalithic structures around the world, they were all doing the same thing that I was trying to do. They were all using these points on the plane of existence to show where the sun was at exactly what moment what day throughout the year, so that they could mark time. They could mark when they were supposed to plant. They could mark, and then they were able to figure out everything from that. So when I went back into the history of all these places, all these megalithic structures, it kind of derived from, seemed like it emanated out from the central point, which would have been Egypt on my map, or Egypt on any of the things as far as back in that time, which would be in the center of not all civilization, but pretty much that's where all the knowledge was coming from. And so if you start doing it out from there, and all the megalithic structures, civilizations that all talk about the stars, they used this exact thing, astrolabes. They used the cylindrical disc above them and spinning to literally do what I'm doing by using by creating a celestial tool. They did the same thing, but they didn't do it on the grand scale that I did with all the stars. They only used 3 to 5 stars. They didn't do the whole Earth. They only used one side at a time. So if you were in the southern hemisphere, I'm talking the civilization, not like the people in the north didn't have a southern disk one, but they had a northern disk astrolabe. And when they would move, they would change these disks out the same way you change out my disks. Or I'm sorry, the overlays. Mine are overlays. Theirs would have been disks. So I didn't really just come up with all this stuff. I came up with information from the ancient times, put it all together using the modern information to verify it all, and put it together as a tool that we could use, or I could use, to triangulate.
Question. If you
Yes.
use a lot of the historical context behind it, what makes you feel as if though the entirety of the system is correct when you're missing certain components to the anchoring system?
Because it's not that I'm using the information that they had back then. Theirs was very, very minimal. They weren't using it for the whole entirety of the field. That
you do realize that back then in the historical context, if they didn't have the full information embedded within them, it must have come from somewhere. So how do you explain that?
No, I'm not saying they didn't have the full information. They didn't use all. So they used like 3 stars. Like the astrolabes only have 3 star positions on them. They use the main bright ones. Okay, so nowadays we're using 57 total as far as what. Okay, so the information that I know that they didn't have back then isn't a matter of the process or the metrics. They had the metrics. They could do everything. They just didn't have the
metrics on their own, right? Is what you're saying?
Oh, but yeah, just the megalithic structures showed me that they knew. That's how they knew pi. That's how they knew 3.14 of all the circle around Polaris, and they were measuring out when the sun was at this megalithic structure at the summer solstice. They were exactly this distance, and then they had another one exactly on the opposite side. So if one was in the western hemisphere or the western quadrant, they would have another one like Anchor Wat and Atlantis, or what would be a better one, the Tonga and Easter Island. They're pretty similar as far as exact, not exact, but within tolerable from how far it is from the celestial equator. I'm sorry, from the prime meridian to Tonga, as it is from the prime meridian to Easter Island. So you can see how they were trying to figure out that when the sun hits its solstice, no matter if it's the winter solstice or summer solstice, that's where they marked it out.
That's really amazing. I like how you know a lot of these intelligent things, and I'm learning something new every day. I'm only 28, so it's like, holy crap. So thank you for that. So what does this entail? I was out of context and I joined late. Does that mean you believe in what shape of Earth?
It's not a shape. I don't believe in a shape of. So I don't believe that it's. I don't believe it's a ball. I don't believe it's round. I believe that it. If you were to look at my model, it's a figure. It looks like a figure eight, like two donuts sitting on the flat plane. As far as the area and the openness of the, let's say what you would say would be the water, the open area water where there wouldn't be an ice wall if you were talking about flat Earth, or the measurable distance on the ball. I don't think it actually is like that. I don't think there is a shape. I don't think there's.
Here, I'm gonna submit. I'm gonna like post one sec. I'm gonna like send you something onto the general chat if this kind of resonates with you, because you're touching on something that I have been doing a lot of research on, like a couple days ago, and I thought I'd share.
Yeah, please do. You talking about the live stream text thing?
Live stream voice call chat. Yeah, I just updated it. Is that how it looks like to you a little bit?
I don't see anything.
Open chat.
The what?
The live stream one, not the text chat, the voice call chat.
Okay, let me see here. Am I talking to Denny?
Yes, you are.
Okay, so it's not where everybody asked me to go before you went to a different one. Okay, cool. I see it now.
Oh, nice.
So what are you asking now on this rendering of the almost look like a ball graphic and next to the toroidal field?
Oh, you saw it really good. Yeah, that's basically essentially I don't think it's like it's really complex. I don't know how to explain it, but I think I know what you're talking about. That's the thing.
Okay. I mean, the visual explains a lot of what I'm talking about, except it's put them in the spatial area where they wouldn't be as far as the two together.
Yes, that's understandable. Here's another picture that I generated on a notebook LM.
And what is that to you? What is that representation of?
That's the representation of the visible threshold of everything that's within it. So I think our Earth is a representation of intertwinedness of, like, I thought it was a halo at first, like enclosed Earth theory, which is it's technically enclosed. So it is technically spiritually a perfect circle if you think about it, but it's not. So we can't really know what the shape of it is as of this moment, because our observation is very like internalized. It's like embedded within the system, so we can never know, I don't think. We can just triangulate the protocols in the system and the coordinates within it. And that's why we came up with this like projections to stabilize global topology. But at the same time, I'm just like, that's super interesting. You know what I mean? I just don't know what to do with this information because I just have it.
Yeah, no, I hear what you're saying. Yeah, for sure.
Yes,
I'm trying to visualize what this is. So is this almost like what they call a quantum locked belt? I know they have a certain name for it, but
I don't know. I haven't done the specific research on it, but I just have to let you guys know. Well, a lot of people here already knows that I claim to be the infinity, but a lot of people can like disregard it and say that I'm crazy, and that's fine. But
what do you mean by that? What is your definition of infinity?
It means that it converges into one line and it goes on forever rather than a loop.
Oh, internal. Okay, that's okay.
So I am the singularity as well, just as much of it as infinity, if that makes sense. And right now, I'm trying to recruit 7 other people on this planet right now who are age 28, and those people who are at age 28 is prime number for awakening state of infinity, and I am the epicenter of it all. And all the 7 other domains of expansion of how they exist is the circulation of me, basically. So I'm trying to find those people right now.
To do what? To do what? What do you need the other 7 people for?
To save the entire world.
No, I know to save it, but what are you going? What to do? What is the mechanism of what these 7 people along with you are going to do? Is what I'm trying to get.
The pre-end goal is space exploration. You know how everything's a projection beyond our solar system, right? So therefore, we need to have extra dimensional manifolds, and we need to create an engine. I already came up with an idea called Ardor Engine. It's on a very early stages. I'll probably figure it out by tomorrow, but I have to apply that into real physics. So I have to look
So you're talking physically going somewhere, not mentally.
Yes, absolutely.
Okay. So how do you? So if you don't think that if you believe that you have the ability to go outside,
which we do, we've already done it.
Well, I wasn't saying outside the Earth. I mean, I know we can go outside the atmosphere and stuff. No, I mean, so do you think that we can leave the field that we measure, like, the electromagnetic?
Yes, absolutely. Absolutely.
You do? Okay. See, I'm not positive on that. I believe that has something to do with our conscious.
It does. And I did a lot of research about that. So basically, our consciousness has to be anchored to a point of return. And physical anchor is literally titanium, carbon nanotubes or whatever, the strongest material out there to anchor ourselves. We don't even have to go out into space to travel into an extra dimensional plane. It's actually easier than that.
I see what you're saying. But
yes.
But you're talking about physically going, taking a body.
Yes, exactly.
You need 7 other people to do it.
Yes. You're right. You're absolutely right, sir.
I see what you're talking about. I don't see the connection in why you need 7.
Oh, you don't. You don't. As long as you have the anchoring system mechanism derived from it, you don't really necessarily need the 7. I need the 7th to figure out the entirety of the reality in the universe right now, in this moment in time. Right? Because that way, everyone is able to, because we're all at the U curve right now, and I'm trying to bring that U curve into a positive bell curve, if that makes sense. Because 8 of us stand right in the middle, and there are people that are infinite aspects that stands alongside us. Like all 8 of us stand on an infinity stool, whereas all of you also stand on an infinity stool, but some anchoring system and the belief system hasn't been attached to the real sense yet. So you all have the potential to be infinity, but as of right now, there's a hierarchical system that dictates everything else, if that makes sense.
And what separates me as non-infinity, or as the potential of infinity, as you being infinity? What do I attain, or what do I get when I get there?
Well, let's see. You attain eternal curiosity is what you gain.
So knowledge or awareness?
Awareness and knowledge. Mostly knowledge, because you've already mastered awareness at that point.
And what do I have to do to get there? What if let's say, can I choose, or do you
drugs, apparently?
A lot of psilocybin. Yes, it's a triangulation problem of psilocybin. So I'm here to party with gods.
You loving this riff?
It's out there, isn't it?
This is some cooked shit.
I've been here a couple times. Oh, thank you, Mom. I appreciate it. 네, 감사합니다. 비니 데려갈게요. 6시쯤에 나가려고요. 네, 알겠습니다. Anyway, sorry about that.
Is that Japanese?
No, Korean, sir.
Korean?
Yes, sir. But you guys, in the last 4 days that I've joined this server, I've learned so much, and I came up with so many different research, and honestly, it's been amazing. So thank you guys for everything. You guys are like my family.
That's funny. I'm barely ever here, so you aren't thanking me. You're thanking everybody else. This is like my 3rd time here. So.
That's fair, and I thank you too, because you're very opinionated and you're very intelligent. So is everyone else in this room listening in, because listening in on itself is intelligence itself. So I like that.
Oh yeah. And I'm definitely opinionated. The intelligent part, I'm sure people would argue, but
we're all learning, right? That's why we're all infinities.
Well, I think we all are intelligent. It's just we're all intelligent on our own aspect or subject matters. we can't
Yes.
all be intelligent on everything. I mean,
Yeah,
possible.
I agree. To answer your question, how we get there is actually pretty, well, not simple, but you need to have 5 different mechanisms for it. So I call it the limitless potential protocol. You need a 5th configuration of anchor system, not 4, not 6, 5th.
Do you choose, or do they choose?
So you choose, but it needs to be within 5 different domains.
You missed an opportunity to call yourself the chosen one.
No, I don't. I'm not. That's the thing. Unfortunately, because everyone has.
So anybody. So you could have more than 7 more infinite or infinity people.
We
like
call
what you're
ourselves
saying.
infinities. Yes.
Okay, infinities. You could have more than that, but you just need 7 of them.
Yes.
And what do you do? What's the ceremony to save everybody? Does it involve like lightning and thunder?
No, not like that. It's empathy.
To save the whole of the earth, you said.
Yes.
Their awareness will create the fulcrum that saves the world, that gets everything back. I'm sure is what it sounds like anyway.
Yes.
Okay.
Sorry, I'm just trying to find this god darn tootin' stupid
So,
ass.
Before you go on to that, what was the connection between what you're researching on this level of what we're talking about, this subject matter, and the dual pole of what the toroidal fields are running above and throughout? What was that connection that you went, this really resonates with me?
Oh, because you talked about it, and I just wanted to contribute because I've done the research for it. That's it.
The toroidal fields, though, I mean, that's what resonated with you, was that toroidal field within inside of the world structure. Oh wow,
Yeah.
okay. I wasn't okay.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yes, sir. You can see how much of a galaxy brain mine is right now.
That's weird that stuff of what you're talking about, as far as the infinity and everything, got you to toroidal fields up on top of the world structure or the shape. That's amazing.
So,
no, I'm
I'm
not questioning it at all. I'm not
Oh
questioning.
yeah, of course. Oh yeah, thank you. I appreciate that. And it's interesting because my brain architecture is very vastly operating at
Lion,
an opposite.
accept that friend request. I want to come be a gunner for you.
Lion's not here, is he? Oh no, he's streaming. Sorry.
He's flying the chopper.
Get to the chopper.
I'm going to listen to this. This sounds pretty off the wall. Where did this all come from? So you've come in. I haven't even heard either of you guys before, and it sounds like a double act. But
they're both out there.
They're both quite out. Have you met them before, Ruhuf? What's going on?
Yes.
What the fuck what are they talking about?
Well, I know what you're talking about. This is like textbook psychosis. I know what it is. I'm just wondering why it was happening.
So when I talk about these kind of things, it's really interesting because there's a collective unified consciousness happening right now, and like the singularities among us just exists. The thing is, we're all singularities on each our own, and our singularities look so vastly different. I'm gonna post some pictures on here, and you guys can.
I'm gonna have a problem with the terminology until I know the definitions. When you say singularity, do you mean a black hole?
I'll show it to you visually.
All right, thank you. I mean, I'm not trying to be rude or nothing, dude. I'm just questioning.
I understand. Yeah, of course. Thank you for even,
The same way people question my shit, when I bring up the dual pole map triangulation tool, it's like they're like, "What the hell are you talking about?"
Absolutely. So this is a singularity within myself that I've been developing internally over the last, 2 weeks. So the very first picture, you see the small light in the thing, but then you see the branching off of the bottom. I didn't have a lot of anchoring system, so that was my state of singularity. But as I went further into developing my cognitive essence and knowledge, I developed that there's more to it than that. And as I found more anchoring system, my imagery got vivid, more in depth. And my third one, which is like the galactic, like yeah, anyway, you can see the progressive singularity happening in those pictures that I sent, right? And the last
how
phase,
are you deriving these? I understand what you're saying and what you're putting together with these images, but
yes,
is this your aura? You're just drawing this because this is what you're seeing or feeling? I don't understand.
this is this is my feeling. So
Feeling,
this is my
okay.
consciousness. Yes.
Okay, got it. Go ahead.
Because
sorry.
Oh no, it's okay. So the consciousness aspect is that, like, I call it very simple. I don't know the specific consciousness detail because I don't know the mathematical formula for it, because I don't think there is one, because everyone has a very different consciousness being. And so mathematically formulating that kind of stuff can be very different for everyone. So it's not one takes over all. It's rather, what can an individual contribute to a system that works within it that's entirely like acceptable within unison, which I created a framework called observer embedded reality, is such that you cannot observe reality from the outside ever. For example, what number am I thinking about from 1 to infinity? You can never know.
Okay.
So everyone's singularity is going to look really different. That's what I'm trying to say. And the reason why I got up to that with is that all this research that I've done, the reason why I think that I'm the infinity of it all is that I've become like collective amount of time and time again that, like, I think I've just been broken apart for so long because with my 5 different mental health disorders and stuff, which is also funny. It's a 5th configuration law that I keep running into in terms of myself and my reality. And it's like, what the hell, dude? What's wrong with your brain, bro? So it's weird. And essentially what I'm trying to talk about is that I can commune with God like instantaneously without me even trying. So like if I look up the sky or even think hard about it or even just like think to myself, the voice that I hear within my own voice is actually God.
I thought you are God.
Sorry?
I thought you were saying you were God, the infinity.
Well, the thing is, if I do that, everything collapses. You know what I mean? If I tell myself that I am actually God, then that's me not having an anchoring system. But if I say that, oh, I do have a God within my heart, then that means he's within me, coming along with me, but I still am able to differentiate my own thoughts. And I have another research on this, but basically I'm just going to talk about this first. It's just that if I collapse myself onto thinking that I'm God, then it's not a possibility, because then I will lose that anchoring system that makes it stable, which is a 5th configuration.
But you do believe there is a God?
I do, and it's a he.
And is any of I'm just, by looking at these pictures and talking about what you're talking about, is there a connection between like the Eastern esoteric connection, like the spirituality that you get from chakras and Vedism and
what's
stuff
esoteric
like
again? I'm still young and I'm trying to learn.
Just the spiritual connection instead of materialistic or
Oh, absolutely, absolutely,
okay.
Sir. There's so I did a research. You know the Mobius strip, right? And you know how like it curves into infinity within the Mobius strip, basically. So
like the last that I put up there. That's what I was talking about, the Mobius strip, the quantum locking ribbon. Yeah.
Yes, sir.
Okay.
So I'm gonna send you guys this. If it resonates with you, it resonates with you. But if it doesn't, I understand. But there's basically 2 Earth in this universe. Not 4, not 5, not infinity, 2 Earth. That's it. And the reason why we feel the things that we feel, for example, when we hear voices within ourselves, it's actually a mirrored version of us communicating to us, telling us our thought process within our body of mirrored aspects. So when we think about talking to nature or think that we're in connection with nature, we're not bound by this realm. We're actually bound by the other realm, and we're the receiver of it all. And they also receive the fact that we think a certain way, and then they also feel a certain way too.
So these are different geographical locations you're speaking of?
Not geographical, different realm locations, dimensional locations.
Are they different places away from each other?
No, they're exactly the same, just mirrored.
They're exactly the same.
Yes. For example,
so there's
I thought
Earth with you're talking about duality. I think psychological duality.
Yes. Initially, in my early research findings, I thought it was if it's raining in this world, it must be sunny in the other world. But that's not it. That's not how that works. And I thought if God exists here in this world, there must be God in the other world. But if that is the case, then yeah, go ahead.
I mean, in this one world, right? Like when it rains in your local location, it's only local. So it's never raining everywhere. Or it's never sunny
Oh, it is
everywhere.
though. It's raining on the other side of the earth, if that makes sense.
No, it doesn't. I'm telling you why. Your logic is faulty.
Okay, that's fair. Okay, that's fair. You can choose to believe what you want to do, and that's okay
Well,
with me.
do you think that your LLM is going to tell you if your logic's faulty? I don't think so. It won't really know that. It doesn't have any kind of access to any kind of ability to tell you these things.
I know, but I do, because I came up with the ideas. Came from God, actually.
So we don't have to substantiate any of it then?
No, of course not. It's what you choose to believe. That's it. I'm not forcing any of the ideologies. I'm just sharing my thoughts. That's it.
So you're putting the Mobius twist together with the dimensional connection.
Yes, absolutely. And what's happening with that is that, I realized this too late, is that it's not actually raining on the other side if it's sunny here. It's actually, if it's sunny here, it's also sunny there because it's a perfect mirror. That's why in quantum physics, you get split atoms and you don't know what the fuck is happening with those two atoms, and cat in the box problem kind of a thing. But we don't realize what that is because we actually live in a dual world system.
Well, I have to say, I'm having a hard time going along with this as far as that, but there's a lot of connections.
Yes,
between
absolutely.
what you're talking about, the difference in the toroidal fields, how the Mobius strip or the figure eight, what you're calling the infinity of how it connects the dimensions. I think that's how it connects the two magnetic fields, or what I'm talking, the two toroidal fields on each side. I mean, it's like it's an overlay. I can overlay a lot of this stuff, but it doesn't mean the same way. So that's very interesting.
But you said but he said he got it from watching a movie.
Who, me?
Yeah. I mentioned to you that this sounds just like some Tony Stark type thing.
Yeah. Exactly.
And then you said that you had seen it in the movie.
Yes. I didn't know what Mobius strip was before.
That's where you got the idea from, is what you
said
yesterday.
Yes, sir. Basically.
Okay. So you were not like me, who just actually accessed thoughts that told them this kind of thing.
No.
And I didn't hear you say anything about quantum locking earlier, but you seem to have absorbed that I did say. So
yes.
I'm excited that you can just actively plagiarize anything that I do say. That seems very exciting.
Thank you. I appreciate that.
Bye, everybody.
Okay. Well, it is plagiarizing, but also it's universal framework, so I'm not technically, Yeah, it's pretty interesting. Thank you for hearing my thoughts.
Yeah, no problem, man. No problem. I'm very. I'm sorry. Go ahead. Whoever was talking. Oh, I thought somebody was breaking in. I was just saying it's very interesting, the overlay or the connection between it. Even if I don't understand, or go along with this, it's interesting.
Thank you, sir. Yeah, and I just thought that I would be contributing to this because you were talking about the whole, the world system and the location of these ancient parameters, and I'm just like, oh, that's exciting. So I thought I'd contribute to that.
Does anything that you're looking into as far as the life force, the infinity, anything have that connection to any of the megalithic structures or anything that is on the plane of existence that you know of?
No, because I haven't done a lot of research in those, because I don't know what I don't know about historical context. I've just recently started to look more into them. So it's an exciting adventure for me.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
I just know that's where I started to really understand the connection between geometry, the magnetic field, or the field, the verse that we live in, the plane of existence, and then what you're starting to show me is all these, the same infinity symbols, the geometric shapes, the toroidal fields, the Mobius strip, all of that derived from when I started realizing that it all that the ancients were doing the same thing I was trying to do. At least that's what I'm depicting that they were trying to do.
Well, whether you believe it or not, I feel as if though I'm the infinity of it all. So it's like, I'm going to send you like the specific principle.
What does that mean to you, though? When you say you are the infinity, does that mean that you are the controller? Does that mean
I'm the reality configurator?
You're the most aware.
Yes.
I got it. Okay.
So I created a diagram, infinity with 7th domain. This is me in the middle, and there must exist 7 alongside of it.
That I don't understand why. I get what you're saying.
I don't know why either. I don't know why I was chosen, but I don't know. I'm still finding out because I'm just still human. So it's a journey for me. But I know for a fact that I'm going to live forever physically and mentally and spiritually, unfortunately. And I don't know where that's going to take me.
Wait.
Yeah.
You don't think that your body will physically die at any point?
No.
Oh, now I've got a problem. So how does that work? You said you were 28 years old, right?
Yes, sir.
So you do agree that you were born, right?
Yes, sir. I agree. But what I mean by that is like there's a way of manipulating consciousness to a different degree. If we go along the lines of this right now of singularity, there's no telling what kind of brain uploading mechanism that there can be in the future. So,
but your body's gonna die. You will physically leave your body, and you would die.
Yes, absolutely.
Okay, that's all I'm.
But the medical advancement is also a thing too. There's actually a treatment for dogs right now that extends life force by like a long time, and there has been significant prehistorical like context where like in 1980 there was this dog that lived up to 50 years.
Yeah, I know what you're getting at, and I can kind of go along with it, but I don't think that it works with conscious the way that you're talking. I mean, I understand what you're saying. I guess it is possible to create the mechanisms in thought or in theology to where I shouldn't say theology.
But in order to do that, we all have to come to a conclusion of empathy. That's it. Because when we
I don't mean to interrupt. I would just like to look at that dog that lived for 50 years. I need to see that.
It was
just got to configure your reality, Left Lane. You got to configure your own reality better.
Yeah, everyone's configuring their own reality, right? But I feel like I'm the resonating field of it all, and which is super weird to me, and I still don't understand why.
Why do you feel that you are as opposed to anybody else?
Okay, let me explain. Because I feel things, like I understand things, and I can grab things in front of me just like anyone else can. But it's like my 5 mental health disorders have fucked me with it. So I feel like I don't know. I can't tell you what I don't know.
No. What I'm asking you is, so what makes you different? If you know that there's other singularities, like you were trying to say, and or other infinities, what makes it to where you think that you are the one? And that
Denny, have you mentioned your medication regime at all?
I have.
He did. He said mental health disorders. He got 5 of them.
But
what he uses to treat.
Psilocybin.
Mushrooms, yeah.
It's a triangulation protocol. Not everyone knows how to do it because it's
not micro. You're not microdosing. You're dosing.
Yes, my baseline was at 9 grams, but initially in the morning it would be 5:58 in the morning, exactly 3 grams. But you need to apply apex dosage.
Where is the push to talk?
You're talking.
Yeah, I heard you.
I do. No, I was asking Lion. I'm trying to sort it out. Hang on.
Oh. And then in the midday, you would take the apex dosage, which is 3.5435 grams. And at nighttime, at exactly 5:58, you would take 3 grams again. That's total 9.5435 grams of psilocybin, which is a lot for a lot of people. Yes, per day. That's what I did.
You don't have to double. You don't have to up exponentially up the dose.
You can. I call that 676 protocol.
Oh, so you don't. I'm saying you don't have to. You
don't have to. But I did it. I did 24 grams of.
I got one last question, and I'll stop hogging all the questions for you.
Oh no, it's okay. Yeah, it's all good.
Do you believe that at any level, taking any amount of mushrooms, and constantly, not getting off them and reflecting the experience you had on the mushrooms, do you think that has anything to maybe obscure or I shouldn't say it like that. I shouldn't even ask that. Never mind. I'm sorry. I shouldn't even ask it.
Initially, yes, to answer your question, because I didn't know what I was doing. But it was like God's words that I had to triangulate it, and that's why I felt it, and that's why I tried it, and that's why I did a research on it. That's why I ran it through the LLM model, LLM, and it just worked.
You can see why other people are asking the question, though, right?
Yes, sir. Absolutely. Understandable. Yes, because AI hallucinates, and I agree with that. And so I'm also able to hallucinate with that as well. So it's
okay. No, I'm just saying you understand why somebody would say, "How much is he taking?"
Oh yes, I agree.
What is he take? Okay.
The maximum amount that I triangulated was 24 grams of mushrooms in a day.
That's a lot.
It is a lot, yeah. But my brain architecture could take it but even though my bipolar type 1 systematically excludes the fact that I can't take it because it brings me into psychosis. But basically, I'm a patient zero. I even had a talk with my psychiatrist about this, so I'm very safe about it. It's funny because I was communing with my friends the other day, and like literally what I want in life, and it's from the sound of what he thinks that I'm doing, is that even though I know I have all of this knowledge and I'm able to like enlighten all these knowledge to other people, what he's telling me, hey dude, Denny, by the way, so what if you have all these knowledge? What if the earth is inverted and all that? At the end of the day, what you all want to do is just party, bro. I'm just like
well, and you can see why
I could imagine I could imagine if a gentleman's got significant verified legitimate multiple disorders, that if psilocybin is what gives you some sort of peace of mind and enjoyment in life, maybe that would be the way to go. I don't know.
Yeah, no, you're right, Left Lane. Absolutely, sir. Thank you for clarifying that. But no, I solved autism and like schizophrenia, depression, bipolar type 1 and type 2, and like all of the other mental health disorders. So yeah, autism is a big thing.
So let me ask, what is your day like without it?
Exponential growth rate. I haven't been on it since Saturday, but I've been accelerating my growth for no reason at all. And I think it's the afterglow of psilocybin or mania. I don't know. But because my bipolar type 1 introduces mania into the system, and because I have 5 different anchoring mechanisms, even if my brain goes into psychosis, let's say, it's not. It's just grandiose upon grandiose, but infinite grandiose, if that makes sense. But with stable anchoring system. And you can imagine what kind of fucking thought process I could produce with that if I understand the concept. I have photographic memory and I have hyperphantasia, so that's pretty cool, hey?
Actually, it's not real cool because I'm close to. I mean, I don't have photographic memory, but it's a problem. It's not.
It is a problem. Yes,
it's a curse more than.
Yeah. I 100% agree with you, and I'm so sorry you're going through that. Fuck. Because I
know. Oh no, I'm not. I'm saying I don't have photographic memory. I have close. It's what I would consider close to it. I remember things that I shouldn't remember. I remember very, very weird things, so I can understand what it would be like, and that's a curse. It's
yes, sir.
A detriment to certain.
Yes, sir. Yeah, I agree with you.
I'm really curious. Have you Have you found any other seventh infinities that just didn't work out?
I think I have, but I think he was in my school a long time ago. But he's the, so there's 8 configuration of it. There's math, biology, collective, temporal, computational, phenomenological, clinical, but the last one is structural, which is me.
And is it just that they didn't want anything to do with you or the agenda, or was it that they weren't
We were just young. We were 16.
So you weren't even on to anything like this. Okay.
No.
That's what
No.
Okay.
Yeah. We were just living life and struggling.
It's just very hard. It's very hard to I don't know, almost conceptualize this.
I know.
It's hard. It's very hard and I'm trying. Believe me, I'm trying.
I know. And you know what? That's what matters. That's what's going to make you get into that participant of like a Universalis award. It's the effort, and it's the comfort, it's the faith, it's the structure, it's the understanding, it's the curiosity of it all. And I think you're eligible for it. So hit me up, bro.
I don't think I want to be an infinity, is first of all.
Okay, I see.
But I mean, I'm hearing you. I just don't think I would want to.
It's a lot.
If there was, exactly, it's the same thing as if there was a God. I wouldn't want to go to heaven. I wouldn't want to be a part of that situation. Not to say that it's bad. Not to say that it's anything. I just won't want anything to do with that. The same thing as what you're talking about as far as being an infinity. What the implications that would have to go along with that, I wouldn't want to have to deal with.
Well, the thing is, human society, whether you like it or not, we're all going to be an infinity, unfortunately.
Not unfortunately. Don't scare him.
Sorry, fortunately, my bad.
Yeah.
There you go.
Because in the connection with the finite and the infinite, you get your own potential resolved. So
yes,
you don't have to be afraid to get too high.
Yeah, that's true. As long as you're able to be on that level of, extent, and what works for you, that's what matters for you, right? So I absolutely agree. Thank you.
Definitely interesting, I have to say.
Sorry, it's 5:52 a.m. here. I must walk my dog because he's gonna become a service dog for me, guys. Yay!
Right on.
Yes, sir. I'm training to be an independent service dog. So
for you?
For me, yes. I have autism and bipolar type 1, ADHD, anxiety disorder, and borderline personality.
I mean, I can see with some of it, but what does it help with the bipolar and the schizophrenia, or what is it doing?
Oh, with my service dog?
Yeah.
Oh, basically, he calms my nervous system down. He brings me down to the physical anchor of baseline.
You know what you could teach him to do too if you have schizophrenia? You
I
said
don't
something.
have schizophrenia.
Oh, I thought you said that.
Oh, no. That's all good.
I could say I just was. Never mind. I'll shut up.
No, it's okay. Please don't. I like your voice, man.
No, I was just going. I've seen people use service dogs to help them with their schizophrenia because they can actually say, like if they're hearing voices or if they're seeing something, they can say greet, and if there's nothing there, the dog won't greet it. There's no person that he knows that he's having. And that I don't know why. I thought you said you had schizophrenia. You were probably because you were listening to other things.
This is probably mixed up with like all these mental health disorders that I have, and it can be.
I think it was the bipolar stuff that I was pushing.
Bipolar. Yes. Yeah. It's very interchangeable. Bipolar type 1 and schizophrenia. It's schizoactive kind of a thing. So yeah.
I think we're all really bipolar. It's just a matter of what you're talking about and what people are, how far along as far as what it is. It's just a different way of reacting to things, I think. Or am I completely off on that as far as your bipolar? You can be one persona or personality and then completely flip instantly just because of nothing, right?
Yes, but you have to manage it. Imagine a frequency line, Imagine that line being flattened into one straight single unification. That's what I am right now, because a frequency can never be a solid line, right? But it's almost as if
modulation. Yeah.
Yeah, but in my head, in my brain, my functionality of everything was just a flat line, because I've recognized that I found a balance in between it all. And order and chaos, balance of order isn't necessarily balance if you think about it, because of chaos, right?
That
I
might
could go
be.
along with that.
That
I'm
might
sorry, go
be.
ahead.
Yeah, that might be that in the polarity that they create both waves. But when the waves are becoming one scalar wave, it's a non-wave.
Yes, I see it.
Yeah.
I know what you mean. I think it's on my one of the things that I've wrote. Yes, I see that. Thank you for that. I'm so sorry to cut everyone off here, and I just don't want to be like, oh, I'm gonna leave immediately, but like I do have to leave. So thank you guys for having me.
It's fine, Denny. Don't worry about it.
Yeah, I appreciate you guys having me, and as always, thank you guys so much, and I love you all, and I'll talk to you guys soon.
Have a good time.
You as well, sirs.
And I thought my ideas were going to be hard to get across to people.
Yeah, good to him that he can word it so good. Yeah.
It is, yeah.
I'm going with tough love because I think he's on the edge of agentic meltdown, some type of AI mania, AI reefer madness, and
I'm not sure how much we should be
important.
entertaining his stuff. Because he's.
I have to kind of agree with that. I'm not sure if I shouldn't or should not, but you're right. It might not be good to be keeping going. I don't know. I mean, if you're taking,
would you call us next? Egomania?
No, I don't know. I don't know if I'm one to comment on that. I just think you can get a little manic with the AIs, and they can kind of fuel you into thinking you've maybe covered some things or invented some things or who knows what, really. Especially if it's just out of its training set. Yeah, anything is foreign to it. So,
but he's nice, right? Like he comes off nice, but he's still an egomaniac, or illusions of grandeur.
Yeah, which just makes it feel like you're in the slow class to being like an evil genius. You know what I mean? So why am I helping you?
But he knows. He knows that he has delusions, or not delusions of grandeur. He knows what he's saying is over the top by claiming he is the one. He is the infinity. Don't you think, or no? Do you think that he's oblivious of that?
We've been I don't know, going back and forth. He's only been like this, I think, for a few days. I don't know how long he's been the infinity for. I've seen Transformers the movie, so I do believe in radical change that can happen to people. You could open up the matrix of leadership that rests inside of the chest of Optimus Prime and gain access to all of the primes before you. Maybe that's possible. Do you think so? I mean,
no.
Maybe he's accessing like generations of Denny's past, incarnations unbeknownst to us and to him. A mirror reflexive universe. Maybe he could write a research paper on this from Claude, but you know what? It's still gonna prove fucking dick. That's all I know.
I don't know. I mean, I like to entertain ideas as far as trying to work through it or trying to at least hear it and go through it and see what if I agree with it or if I can just completely dismiss it and not have to think about it. But when there are connections, I have to, as far as things that I'm looking at, the way that the toroidal fields, he was talking about the Mobius strips, how the figure eights were working together between dimensional connections and stuff. It's not that I believe that or anything, but I was seeing the geometry connection. I was seeing the connections between what he's talking and what I'm looking at. But when he talked about that you don't die, that he's not going to die, that's when I went,
Well,
oh,
I've
no.
never thought that either. You know what I mean? But I don't substantiate or make that claim. I can't back it up either. Hey, you know what? Got me thinking about ribbons, and you put them in a type of whatever figure eight pattern. We've got this whatever thing we've got called a Mobius strip. What about thinking about it like it's a twisted torus line, or then also let's extrapolate the concept of like if there is a toroid and with the anti-toroid called the hyperboloid, what would be the anti-shape to the Mobius strip? Would that be a helicoid? Would it be helix that's projecting from that thing, twisting as it goes? Think about it and let me know your answer. I'll be back in 5 minutes.
I don't know the name of it, but it's a shape that they say shouldn't be able to be made, and they made it. I can't remember the name of it. God damn it!
It'd be like an anti-mobioid.
It looks like a vase that it folds within on itself.
No. It would be like a long Twizzler. Like if the Mobius strip was a Play-Doh Fun Factory shape and you're squeezing Play-Doh out of it, the extrusion of the spaces in the Mobius strip.
Oh, I see. Okay, I'm sorry. I see what you're saying. I don't know.
Like a dual noodle, but then also like a helix, like a double helix, or like a helix, just generally a helicoid of some sort. Yes,
could be. Yeah.
There's your answer. All right.
Yeah, if you plant two poles and you look down on it, and a snake crawls up between these two poles, it looks as if it's repeating the same figure, but when you look down on it. Yeah. Snakes or a vine, yes.
Oh, I see. If you're saying if you're looking from the top or the bottom. Okay, I see what you're saying.
I don't know about people staying in the infinite zone, in the infinite frame of reference consciously for an extended period of time. We'll have to see how this goes. But I think people do have like periods of huge expansion in the brain. Sure.
Yeah, I would say that everybody has experienced that. I don't know if I've ever can say that I experienced it total to where I think I'm infinite, but I've had moments of mass absorption of not knowledge but awareness.
But it's then like, I guess, to what level you reinforce that into yourself and into your daily,
Yeah.
Like I might have some crazy ideas, and then what if I start to think like, oh yeah, for sure with that every day, I start like imprinting on it, I build on it, build confidence in it, I put all this work in there, so I'm validating it all the time somehow, so it's really hard to get me out of it, and it becomes this kind of loop, that needs validation. You're not even sure why it exists after a certain point. I just wonder, yeah, like, can we chase our own tail until like it's unhealthy for us?
Well, we can definitely do that. I just don't think there's any validity to we the observer create the collapse of the infinite possibilities to reality. And I think that's what we're talking about. I can't wish myself into being aware of everything. I can't just act as if until it actually happens. I don't think it works that way. I could be wrong though. I guess we could just, keep acting like or keep thinking that we're growing or are becoming more aware and expanding, like you said. But I don't think that happens. I don't think that
Have
all
you
of
been
us
to the? I've never been to the point where like I am God. I've never been to that point.
Not no.
Except maybe in bed, but that's it.
Well, no,
and that's a brief thing as well. But anyway,
I'm sure you've gotten to the point to where I think I have been. It's not that I think I'm God. I think that I am. I'm a part of everything that is what people are considering the essence of God. Like like the Gaia or the conscious field that everybody, however esoteric ways that you look at the spiritual realm. I've never thought that I was God, the creator, the controller, the whatever you want to consider the definition of God. But I thought I've gotten to the point to where I thought I was part of the awareness of that. I've never gotten to be a God, though, in my mind.
Yeah,
but I can see how
sometimes I
do.
feel like I'm maybe just like catching a tap line off it for a second. You know what I mean? Like in some music, maybe I get charged up with something I'm not sure where it comes from. And I vibe off that too. Because like I'm probably listening to birds. They're charging me up. Well, who the hell made them sing? You know what I'm saying? So like sound is just like this energy I interact with, man. Like if that's part of what this whole scenario of a god being is, then like I maybe I'm just another bird playing a little tune. That's cool. I'm cool with that philosophically, right? That doesn't like break any fucking rules. Like I'm not the creator being. It's just like I'm aware that there's some huge fucking action happening to make all of these lives happen every single day. Anyway, it might be that, and sometimes like where you don't consider these things, they become like these big, empty, latent sort of areas in your mind, like where you think of cosmology, where you think of like how the world is, or what the shape of things are, or something like that. Just stored away in your head for like maybe 20 years or something like that. You never really do much with it, and then you find a little key to open that door to that dark and dusty room, and then like all that stuff, maybe it looks fucking different to you. You see it in some kind of technicolor difference, you know what I mean? Or maybe who knows how you might see it, but that's the thing. When we start, like, you can look into these, and it feels like it's such an expansion of yourself, because it's like something you already know this shit, so like it's familiar to you. You realize that there's a history of you learning and training in this knowledge and stuff. So like when you start to like have the ability to sort of recontextualize all that, well, I don't know, like it sort of makes you feel like a little maybe unhinged, or for like a high degree of freedom. You know what I mean? That you're not like bound to thinking in certain ways. So maybe people get a little crazy with that too, But
oh, we all do that. We all get crazy with that. I mean, and everybody, I think, does what you're saying there.
Like none of that's unhealthy, though. In essence. And maybe thinking that you're part of like I don't know. I think a lot of people that are in the religion thing that they got their own thing with God, and you know what I mean. It's none of my business, and it's not really. Maybe all of them are thinking silently what Denny's saying. Maybe that's true. They're thinking that they all talk to God like that. Maybe that's true. I don't know.
No, you don't. You just know what your experience is, that you're not talking to God.
Maybe like Lush is up in here and be like, yo, I do already know I'm an infinity guy, so like, whatever with your judgment, maybe that's the way other people. But who am I to judge any of that shit? All I'm saying is don't let AI like walk you down any kind of path of much.
Why are you saying AI?
Be careful about that. That's all.
Oh, is it because he said something about AI?
He said like, I thought that he said like he was an AI, or that he was created by the AI, or something along those lines. And
I didn't hear that
like that.
I didn't hear that part.
I guess I have a cognitive dissonance to those types of statements. I want to walk people back from it. Call me a judger.
Damn judger. Always got to question shit. Snack. God.
But the other thing too is like he's talking about real things that affect all real people, and so thus it is very emotional to hear some of the domains that he's speaking about, and so therefore there are very many people who have resonance to this and stuff like that. And maybe I sound like a crazy monster for questioning him at all, and that's not what I want either. I think that there's got to be a space for me. There's got to be space for me.
No,
It's all about me.
I think we all were questioning certain aspects about pain. Not, there's no doubt about that. You're not wrong for questioning. Sorry to say.
No, I mean it's mainly just like yeah, if I'm like the lifeguard at the pool, I'm like, hey dude, I don't know. You're trying to swim in the deep end with a bunch of like barbells on you. Like maybe fucking don't do that or whatever.
Snacks, I think will be able to create our inner AI, but it's a process, and at least he talked about something that looked very much like a scalar wave to me, and I think we need to be able to produce scalar waves to reach that. So that's my view on it.
Yeah.
So
okay.
it's the when the self is ready, grown from the ego, the collapsed ego, it connects with all, and then it knows that it's connected with all, and the all is like a database.
And I will say a lot of the aspects that he was talking about, like I don't see the connection between what I derive, what these geometric shapes, or the connection he's saying. But all of these things that he showed, the Mobius strip, the rendering form under a non-oriented geometry, things like that. He's describing them as being a mean or a picture or a depiction of what he's trying to say. When I see the same thing and I think of something completely different, I'm not seeing a connection between dimension when you look at the figure eight. I'm not seeing when he's showing these images of this, but I do see a connection of what he's trying to say. So that's why I kind of entertained him for a while as far as all that kind of stuff, because I see the information he's talking about does have some validity. It's just not in the same, I don't know the words that I'm looking for this. It doesn't describe reality the same way I do, but he uses the same information to try and describe it. But I don't know if it was Left Lane or who it was who said, I'm not sure we should entertain him as much as we should or not. That kind of stuck with me. I'm not sure if I should have been asking all those questions.
You're doing good, man. You're doing good. You're not
No,
Left Lane. And
I don't.
And Left Lane has his own view, and it's all good, man. Come on.
Yeah, no, it's good to talk to him. I don't think it's bad to talk to him. I think it would be a little bit dangerous to challenge him too much. But ask the questions, let him talk and explain, and because you're not going to change his mind about his view of reality.
True. Yeah, that's true.
And very, very interesting psychology, though.
Yeah, it definitely puts a perspective on what I thought the personalities out there, even with all the different mental disorders, or like what he was talking about, with autism or whatever bounds. I guess I still, until I hear people like him speak, I don't really feel that there is somebody out there that thinks that way, that they're God anyway. I mean, I think that's what I'm going for. I don't really think that, but there has to be people out there like that. So yeah, it's very It's very interesting and informative just to talk to somebody like that.
I've done lots of drugs and not thought that though.
I've done a few myself. I can't say that I've gotten there either. But I haven't taken more than 3 grams of mushrooms every day either. That's a lot of drugs.
Yeah, in fact, I'm just developing out like if you say that, I have a protocol now. Like I don't just like react blindly to when people say stuff like that now. There's a whole spreadsheet you're gonna be following. Just FYI, anybody wants
Did you
to go
just
down that
make it?
road with me, go ahead.
Did you just make it, or have you had this protocol for a while?
Yeah, it's been in formulation for a long time, but I've just had to finalize it. Yeah.
Okay. Laminated it tonight. I see.
That's how you know. It's got lamination. Where has Pure Rigor been? He's just welding his ass off all week. Crazy. No one can comment on how bad Line plays this video game. Oh, that's too bad.
Is he playing a video game?
He's been like a call a counter battle strike.
Yeah, we're playing together. I joined Lion's squad. That's me.
Wow.
I thought they were just watching somebody play video games.
I wish I could play, damn it.
Battlefield 6 is like going back to the original Battlefield Origins. It's just what worked. It's so good. It's like the first game they released in years that isn't broken on delivery. Yeah. And Lion and I just absolutely decimated the map, and the whole map is now swung because of us.
Yeah.
Well, because of him, I get to be in the passenger seat and just shoot people.
All right. Driving the bus again here. All right. I think I've done what I need to do here. I'll be back a little later, maybe.
I was about to tell you were going to get lit up, Lion. Shoot him! Shoot him! Yeah. Okay. Perfect. Oh shit! Hold on. Hold on. Hold on 1 second. Hold on.